Today is the first day of a road trip in the camping car. I'm so excited. France to Norway 2020. We started our road trip in the south of France, which was really beautiful and full of old architecture. Next, we traveled to Lac de Sainte-Croix, which was beautiful and blue. We found many private places to park our camping car and to enjoy nature. Along the way, I recorded some beautiful scenes of nature that I've never seen before. Next, we traveled to a place called Vars in France, which is normally a very busy ski and mountain biking resort, but due to COVID, it was completely empty and quiet. People were spending time outdoors, flying, hiking, or kayaking, and people were staying away from the crowded town centers. We explored an area around Briançon, France, which was surrounded by mountains. It was absolutely breathtaking and fun to explore the back roads and to go hiking.
Let's say we cannot go there.
Our camping car was so comfortable to stay in, and it was really amazing to wake up every day and to see something different, like the mountains or a waterfall. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I completed one of the longest hikes that I've ever done in my life. It was about 6 hours to get to the top of an alpine paradise to see a lake. It was wonderful. After spending time in the French Alps, we quickly drove through northern Italy. This region had been hit hard by COVID and everything was closed down. so we didn't have anywhere to stay or to stop. We drove by a cute lake called Lake Como in northern Italy, but due to a landslide from heavy rains, we had to turn back and make a detour through Switzerland. And the excitement didn't end there, because a short while later, we got into a small accident. We were rear-ended and our bumper was smashed. But we were okay and everything was fine. A short while later, we treated ourselves to amazing pizza, the best pizza I've ever had, at a small empty restaurant on our way out of Italy. We quickly drove through Switzerland as well, and we took in some views. It's a very peaceful and clean, beautiful country. We continued our trip into Germany, where we stopped for a while to visit my cousin Ariane. She lives in Starnberg, and she treated us to the most amazing food and hospitality. We drove quickly through northern Germany along the Autobahn. I was particularly amused by the amount of bricks that were used in all the buildings. Our next stop was Amsterdam in the Netherlands, which was the city of bikes. We ended up spending a few days here because it was so beautiful and fun to enjoy ourselves here. We spent most of the day outdoors, biking around, looking at all the beautiful things to see in Amsterdam. I highly recommend visiting this city one day, as they have the most wonderful things you will ever see. I really loved the flower market in Amsterdam. There really was everything you could ever imagine for horticulture's delight. Everything, even cannabis seeds. And normally I don't like cheese, but Amsterdam's cheese was the best I've ever had. And not only could you travel by bike in the city, but also you could travel by boat. It was delightful to watch all the people enjoying themselves on the boats. I highly recommend, I can't say it enough, to go to Amsterdam. It was one of the highlights of the year. To be in a city designed for bikes was really something special. The red light district was hard to find in Amsterdam, as everything was closed down due to COVID. The last leg of our trip was a ferry from Kiel, Germany to Gothenburg, Sweden. This part scared me a bit, as we had heard so much bad news about being on cruise ships. But because of all the restrictions, there were barely any people. We were allotted a small room and I got very seasick, but I survived. Hello, greetings from Norway. I thought I would make a little video. You say it, it is pretty radical and crazy to be traveling in this time. Like, it's a strange time to travel for sure. Like, everything's so closed, and but I really needed to be with my boyfriend, and it was so good to be reunited with him. And he has this massive camping car, so we said, let's go on an adventure. It's a Ford. It's got like a big engine in it. We were driving up mountains like no problem. The highway was a bit slower, but that's okay. But we drove all the way from Draguignan, France, which is in the south of France, and we came all the way up to Norway. It took us almost 2 weeks to get here. We were driving pretty slowly because I really wanted to see like the French Alps, and we went to Amsterdam for a couple days because it was really fun in Amsterdam. Oh yeah, this is the chicken barn. Like, check how cool that is. That's amazing. It's so cool here in Norway. And there's this is the house where my boyfriend lives when he's in Norway. There's some like other cabins that he's helped build. It's a really awesome place here. It feels great to travel the world and see new places, new things, and new ways to do stuff. And I mean, I was stuck for so long in the bush, so it feels good to be out. So I hope that this little video gives you a bit of something else.